Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn, and I am your communications coach. Today let's talk about why it is so difficult for any of us to start a conversation in English. This is a big question and we all want to know why. So why is it so difficult to start a conversation in English? Why it takes so much efforts to start a conversation? Why it takes so much courage to start a conversation in English? Let's talk about this. After this, I'm going to tell you how you can start a conversation with people in English, what topic you can talk about, and I'm going to give you a script also with some tips at the end of the session, which will actually help you to get started to speak in English fluently and confidently. So let's dig in. So why it is so difficult to start a conversation in English with people? Just because we are not very confident, just because we feel a lot of pressure about going wrong, and our insecurities. I'm going to discuss it one by one. So the first thing is we are nervous. We don't want to take any risk. We start thinking about being safe or taking a safe road or taking a safe way out. So that is why we stop this thought of speaking in English and we start talking in our mother tongue. Okay, so this is the one thing, just to be safe, secure, and we try to overcome our fears in this way, just to back off, which is not good, right? Another reason is we are not very confident in speaking in English. We know we are a beginner. We know we are not very fluent in English, and that is what hampers our confidence. We start getting negative about ourselves. We start thinking that I am just a beginner. I won't be able to sustain the conversation. What if I start the conversation, I won't be able to carry forward the conversation? What if I forget everything and I go blank in front of people? So we start thinking about all these things, and that is why we don't gather the courage to start speaking in English. So basically here also we tend to give up before speaking. And it is all in our minds. We think about all these things. What is going to happen, we don't know, but still we think about these things. And the third and the last thing is insecurities. Insecurities in the way that we're very concerned about our image. Right? So we start thinking that what if I go wrong? What if I'm not able to speak, complete the whole sentence? What if I'm not able to convey my idea to the other person? What they are going to think about me, right? What they will feel about me, what they will think about me, what about my reputation? It's going to spoil my reputation. People will laugh at me. So we start thinking about all these things. We forget to see the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is, instead of all these thoughts, why can't we start thinking that if we start taking this initiative, we'll get to know how good we are in English, how much more we have to work on our English, right? And the best part is, or the best thing about speaking in English is, or taking that initiative to speak in English is, we'll get an experience, which is very much required at this point of time. If you don't get experience, how will you know what you're lacking in? What you have to improve on? You will never know all these things, right? Then how will you start speaking in English? And that also fluently and confidently. Have you given this thought ever? No. So start thinking in this way. Change your thought process. Change your insecurities. Start being positive about situations instead of being negative about it. If you start changing your thought process, your mindset, your insecurities, your negativities in this way, you will definitely do something good to yourself. You will definitely take that initiative. You will definitely start speaking. You will definitely start working on your speaking skills in this way. And that will help you to reach fluency and confidence. Right? Do you agree with me? Write down in the comment section what do you think about my thoughts here. Right? let's move ahead. Now, the best thing here you can do is to master short conversations or small talks, which I've already spoken about. And today also I'm going to take one topic and I'm going to speak on it so that you know how to start a small talk conversation or a short conversation with people. Whoever you meet, whether it is a stranger or your neighbor, your friends, colleagues, relatives, anybody, whoever is there, you can start talking to them in English in short or for 2 minutes in English every single day. And that will help you to start practicing English speaking in actual situations. The best part of short conversations or small talks is you can practice this at home very well and you can just start speaking to people directly about it. It is so easy, so simple and very effective. Trust me on this. If you practice this for 30 days, take a new topic every day, go out and start speaking to people, it will definitely help you to build confidence, fluency, and your communication skills for sure. So let's take a new topic today. Now, whenever we are at a gathering or anywhere else, wherever you are, with your friends, colleagues, relatives, anybody, if you have gone out to eat with them, if you are just talking to them at any event or any function or any celebration or festivals, anywhere, this is the best topic you can take up. You can talk about food. We all love talking about food, guys. Don't you agree with me? Absolutely. So we all love talking about food. We all have our favorites and we know what kind of food we like. We know what kind of food we don't like. We all know very well about it and we do love talking about it. So next time when you've met somebody and you want to talk to them in English on any topic, you can choose this topic and you can start speaking on it. I'm going to tell you how you can take up this topic and how you can speak on it. I'm going to give you an example here with a real life conversation I had with an office colleague. So last week, Thursday or Friday it was, I don't remember the exact day, but I was late for lunch. So after finishing my meeting, I quickly ran to the cafeteria with my lunch box and I saw a colleague of mine sitting there and having food. So I joined him. He was having the cafeteria thali and I was having my home cooked meal. So when I went there, I started having a conversation with him. The first thing I said was, hi, hello, how are you? This is the basic of any conversation. When you meet somebody, you have to greet that person. Say, hi, how are you? So this is the basics. You have to start any conversation with this and then come to the top. So it was easier for me to start talking about food there. But in any case, if you're not in the cafeteria also, you can speak about food, right? You can take up this topic. So I'll get back to my situation and I'll tell you what conversation we had. So how I started the conversation, I just said, so how is the food? So how is the cafeteria food? So this was a question which I asked him to start with this topic or to start the conversation. Okay, to this he replied, well, I don't have a choice. I have to eat cafeteria food every day as I can't cook. But it's not bad at all. The taste is very average, but it's homely with less masalas, oil and spices. The best part is they have different menu every day, so it doesn't get boring for me. But the only thing I don't like about this food is the chapati. Chapati is quite dry, so I don't like the texture of the chapati. It's not very soft here. Otherwise, the food is okay and we can have it. So this is how he replied to my question. And then the next thing he asked me was, do you want to taste it? So I tasted the food and then he asked me, how is it? To which I replied, well, you are not wrong. It's quite homely with less spices and oil, and I think that is the highlight of the food. The chapati was a bit hard, but the other things were good. Even I can think of having it for a change sometimes. So this is how I answered this question. Okay, so this was about the cafeteria food. But in real life situation also, when you meet people, you can start having the conversation when you are in a cafeteria, or you're having snacks outside, you're having food somewhere, or if not, you met a stranger also, or your neighbor also, and you just randomly you want to talk about on any topic. So you can just take up this topic and you can just start with, are you a tea or a coffee person? Here you can start the conversation with this. Or else you can directly talk about, it's raining outside. What do you prefer having during monsoon or during rainy season? Any favorites of yours? Any favorites? So you can start this topic in this way, right? And people love talking about food, trust me on this, and they'll definitely speak about it. Okay, so these are 2 minutes conversations, 3 minutes conversation, 1 minute conversation. If you start mastering this skill of having short conversation or small talks, you will definitely be able to start speaking in English with no efforts. So this is a question. So you can start preparing about it. What food do you like? What kind of food you love eating? What you don't like? What you like? And what type of questions you can ask. So you can start preparing this and start practicing it at home. And when you go outside, start taking up this topic and start speaking to people about it. Like, what kind of food do you like? What is your current favorite? Or what is your favorite cuisine? Do you love street food? What do you like to have during summers, during winters, during rainy season? Lots of things, lots of questions you can come up with, or lots of topics you can introduce while having a conversation about food. So start taking up this topic and start preparing your script and start talking to people about it. If you do it for 30 days, you will see a lot of difference in your speech, clarity, and confidence in speaking in English. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. And if you like my videos, do subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Bye-bye. Take care.